I see. Mike said he just found out about John and learned about John in the last 5 years. John was a very quiet guy. He didn't engage in chit-chat. I don't think many people knew that he was an historian.
He was what?
An historian. He knew history.
Right.
He knew politics. He knew what was going on in the world. And he knew it because he studied. He also taught one of the schools there, the second language. Nobody knew about his life. He was Little Max.
Oh, they're already coming.
He was one also that always be a great listener, great conversationalist, but nobody knew. He was an agent for the government, IRS guy. Nobody knew he was IRS. I thought he made it him. And you ever got in front of him, you had problems with John Bruschi. But there was more to the man than the game itself. And nobody knows about him. That he could do these things. He could have a conversation. He could talk about politics. Nobody got involved. People played paddleball. But when you're traveling with the guy, 7, 8, not more than 10 years, and you're in the car all the time, things come up. He was there. You couldn't BS him on subjects. Now let's get to his paddleball. The story goes, he says that he got paid, whatever it worked out, was that I played a lot of paddleball. I didn't play as much as John. Because John left his mark for every park in the country. What happens is, when you live with someone like that, you really get to know him. And you start to say what kind of player, because you got the players here, and only one person here played with and against John, was Bobby. Besides that, no one else had this opportunity. And people that watched him play, if you can remember it, you didn't know what he was doing. You saw a guy hitting the ball with a choke grip. Look at him, standing there. And the other guy on the other side was a guy that said, hey, screw that side of the court. I forgot about that side of the court. It didn't exist. He was going to take care of it. So let me be the big shot and do all my things and run around. And everything came back. Boy, this guy Hammer was great. But the players who knew the game realized who's setting me up for all these shots. The corner shots and this shot and that shot. It was Bruschi. He never gave away the points. You watch games, he takes it, and he always took front position. And he also had the long shot, which is a forgotten shot nowadays. You don't want to go into that later, but he was that way. He never said anything. We played together for years, all over. You know how many words we've ever had on the court? 0. There was nothing to say. Except one time I remember we were in a playoff. I was missing. Was I missing? I was off. I said, John, do me a favor. Come here. You go for the kill. I want to stay alive. I'm just missing. He said, okay. Who was the guy putting away the ball? John Bruschi was putting away kill shots. John Bruschi nobody remembers John hitting kill shots. That wasn't his game. He wore you down.
Excuse me.
And this was the way he played. Let me give you a couple of stories about him. He was very tough. You don't realize how tough he was. The game was paddleball. And he knew the game. And what happened was, we were playing on Long Island. We had won the quarterfinals on Sunday. The next day we were supposed to play the semifinals and finals the same day. I got a call. I'm sorry, Ron, the check is not here. I got a call at 6 o'clock Saturday night after we won. We're going to have to forfeit. I said, forfeit? Why do we have to forfeit? We haven't even played yet. I can't move. I can't walk. Now, John Bruschi says he can't move. He can't move. I said, what's it? My back is as tight as can be. I'm not a doctor. I said, take your Advil, get into a bathtub, and sit in that bathtub till your skin shrivels away, but get in there. Okay. Next morning, Ron checked from New York was driving. Called him. I said, Ron, put the heater on the car. do the best you can. They can take his hat. I walk over to Sgarlata. Sgarlata was the president of the PFA. I'll tell you something. Not the same. John, but fourth one. Out comes John Bruschi out of the car. Everybody knows he never was running anyway. You see the guy, he's literally crawling along. Little people were paying attention to it. I said to John, just take your position. When you're sleeping another guy. Just hold your position. Leave it alone. So he gets on the court and he gets his usual position. And when you can see he couldn't move. Don't ask me, he won 2 games straight. He did. How did the man couldn't move? Then they're playing against Stevie Rothfeld and Dennis Majorino. Now, you people who didn't know Stevie Rothfeld, he was a hell of a player, left-handed. And Majorino was a terrific guy, and we used to come along in exhibitions. They knew our game as well as anyone. And here's Bruschi getting on against these 3 guys, where you're going to see 2. You ever see Stevie Rothfeld play at all? This guy was a hot hitter. He had a brain problem. He was nasty.
An attitude. An animal.
No, he was the one that trained Andy. That's another story. But he was yeah, I mean, he was. But get him off the court. Nice guy. On the court, we end up playing this game. And here's John playing on the half flag. Don't ask how. He won 2 straight games. Yes, you won. No, he hasn't won. So what? Now and then he walked off the court. He wasn't much better off than when he started. Forget the quarterfinal. I mean, you're playing against Steve Rothfeld and it's not you. You found out anybody check it?
Yes. Wait for a second.
What a story. I was building to a climax. So what happened? This is different. And don't realize. And we don't have enough photographs, pictures showing how he would take front position. And if you got front position on him, he was going to lock you. Now don't forget, we're playing with a ball that if I told all the players today, listen, you're going to play today, but you're only going to play big blue, not the small ball, and with the rackets. By the way, they don't want to. They want to bang away. Because points are made. You serve your brains out all the time, like hockey used to serve. It didn't matter. It wasn't the same story before. I'm not making excuses that the new rackets came out, wood versus that. But you had to think much more. You couldn't give the game away mentally. And that's what John had. He was mental. And in a positive sense. The next one is with his wife. It was the way, and everyone's going to tell the same story. I'll give you another story. I was in New York working. We were supposed to be at the edges. At 5 o'clock, we had to be in the edges. This is New York City on a Thursday night. I had to go from Jersey, get either to the Lincoln Tunnel, Hollywood, the traffic is backed up. I said to myself, I'm never going to make it by 5 o'clock. I busted myself to get there because John Bruschi. Here I am. I have a title and everything. That's nothing. I get there. I walk in 4 minutes after 6. I said, "What the hell are you doing late?" I said, "In 4 minutes. I don't know about traffic. I don't know. You're supposed to pull me out." It's okay. But the funny story is, he was never late. Because he knew every train, every bus stop. He knew that. He knew how to get away with the city, get around the city like no one else. One time I was supposed to meet on the station. I don't make up the time, 3 o'clock. And here it is, 3:01, 3:02. And I'm so happy. This is going to be up. He's there 3:07, 7 minutes late. How are you doing? You're 7 minutes? And I said, wait a second. No, wait a second. He said, the subways run fast, it's slower. I said, why don't you get a car? He never drove a car in his life. I got in the car. I said, how could you do that to me? Here I had knocked myself, and I parked. He said, well, it happens. Oh, it does happen. That ended the conversation. He was an interesting
Mental toughness.
He played every game. And he would play against a beginner. That was the he was playing all over the place. I still had kids, I had family. I remember, I'll tell you when, you interrupting me? Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. How do you feel about power hitters?
Politics?
Power hitters.
Well, at that time we played against power hitters.
Yeah.
What happened?
It was a change of eras.
Yeah, but when we played against, we did have power hitters. We did. You had, your father had power hitters.
You hadn't walked over. You had
Steve Rothfeld was a power hitter.
Yeah, well, you had guys out on the island. But what happened is, when you hit with power, unless you place it, it's no big deal. And don't forget, I used the choke grip, and he was doing common chasing myself. Choke grip. Two guys who couldn't break a pane of glass, couldn't break a bit of paper. It didn't make a difference because it's the movement. You've got to take a power hitter and take him away from getting into the power position. That means you got to move the ball around. Power players do not like things at their chest. They want their power hitters. They want to get that. That's right. So you got to move it around. But that's another. I don't want to go into that. Page 46 of the book.
Paragraph 3.
Now we go.
Do you have any questions that you may want to ask me about John? I'll give you 10 seconds.
Well, the helmet.
The story goes, John started playing a game. And he was playing all the time. And guys took chances. And the story goes, he gets hit on the side of the head. No, paddle. Okay. Then he goes ahead, so he buys one. Remember the old softball helmets that worked around the head? So he wore that. Then all of a sudden he gets hit on the head. And that was the story of the helmet. He wore the helmet, you notice, protected his face. He didn't want to go. I've been lucky. I got hit once. I'm lucky. John really liked that.
Yeah.
But the man was a very, very interesting guy. And a pleasure to play with. Never made excuses. Never had an excuse. He would always, but sometimes he would do things. We were in an exhibition on Staten Island. And in these exhibitions, you play against all the different people, and they keep coming at you. And so we're playing, and I'm packing up. I'm packing up to go, John, and we're walking, and who comes along? It's two young kids. Oh, come on, one more game. Oh, I said, John, listen, I'm tired. We can do it. I said, well, you can do it. I mean, you're used to playing 400 games. I know. So he talks me into the game. And the kids were good. So you're talking about losing. And it's a 15-point game. And all of a sudden, we're losing 8-6, 9-5, 15-point game. John says to me, you can talk him into making it a 20-win. He's thinking, because we are having a tough time. We are. So I said to the crowd, crowd, I said, we're having a great time. It's a great game. You want to see more of this? Why should it be a short 15 game? Let's go for 21. We ended up winning 16. The old story. That game should have been. It would have been a 21-5 game for you. 21 game.
I thought that was a story. Dave Siegel wrote an article that you went and played these two kids. I think it was over there in Coney Island, and those two kids beat you guys.
Oh, I found out about this. I forgot about it.
You forgot about that one?
Yeah, of course. Of course I did.
He wrote a nice article about that.
Yeah, but Dave Siegel didn't tell the full story.
Oh, let me hear the full story now. Come on.
I don't remember. I don't. We were playing at Brighton Bass, and
Yes, that's where he was, Brighton Bass.
So what? I remember. So I said to Johnny, how do you lose today? He said, well, what? You didn't know about the rest of the story? He said, nothing. First of all, they played with a different ball completely. that we never played with. It was a completely different ball. It wasn't a regular. He says it's a strange ball. Whatever it was, so we ended up losing. So that's it. That's all. Dave Siegel should tell the other story. Oh, let's tell the other. So we lost. So I said to myself, okay, we lost. John didn't make it. He said, John doesn't make excuses. That ball was a strange ball. You want to get me with a strange ball? Let me play 4 or 5 games with it. I think I have a better chance. No excuses, they beat us. What happened is, oh geez, I wanted to tell you the story about John. It'll come to me. Just give me a second.
Remember the ball, what the ball was?
No,
Kangaroo
I
ball,
didn't-
maybe?
No, John used to play with the kangaroo.
Kangaroo ball.
Yeah.
It was a
Bouncy ball.
bounce.
In the meantime, that team never entered a tournament.
Right.
This great team, I got the dates, never entered a tournament. Everybody who says they're great, put them into a tournament. Let's see what you work in a tournament. Don't give me this crap about the local parks and all that. I shouldn't say crap. Come on. Dave Siegel. Dave Siegel loved to throw his England, but he never told you the story until I brought it up. We were putting on an exhibition at Shore Haven Beach Club. John and we were at the top of our game. So I had a philosophy. You go there, you play a warm-up game, just to get to know the wall.
Oh, I heard that story.
Once you get to know the wall, you're warming up. So Dave Siegel and Cy Lang, that's on the court. We're playing a short game of 6 points. What happened? They beat us in this. The game was like nothing. Who cares? So right away, he goes ahead and he announces everyone, Siegel, goes around to the entire beach club. We beat Hammer and Bruschi. We can beat him again.
Dave Siegel and his partner.
Dave Siegel, Cy Lane was fun. Cy Lane is not an and Dave Siegel wasn't an A player. You can quote me on that. So what happened was, out comes the exhibition, and there is literally everyone is there. So Haven's a big hater of this guy. And they are there. You get on the court. John, remember, boys kill. I think we beat them 21-1.
Yeah. Dave Siegel told me that. He told me that story.
It was this. I said the guy he had a big enough ego to think he and Cy Lane beat us at our peak. You're out of your mind. It's not just you. Hey, you're gonna be Andy and Bobby. No way.
Yeah. I heard it.
Dave Siegel never told me.
He told me that.
Tell him I brought it up.
He told.
But there are many stories. Oh, look, we were lucky enough. I was lucky that Bobby was around. And I told you last time at your party, at your induction, that this is the crossover from that. And I started with the pink ball with Crystal Kakis, and now I'm here today watching the game today. But it was great with you, playing with you, playing against you. It was super. It was enjoyable, of course. There was no give on these guys. No give at all.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Thank you, Howie, for all the story. Thank you.
Any other